Hello, it's Katrin with Blend Precisely, and welcome to today's live. So, this one is a little bit different from our normally Wednesday lives, and I'm coming straight to you to bring you everything about lead magnets today and the how and the why, and why I think it is important that everyone should have a lead magnet or some kind of an opt in to grow their email list. So I'm just going to give it a few more moments to see if anybody is jumping on. And in the meanwhile, let me just look at something here. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we are streaming. Let me just double check quickly into, let me know if you can hear me and see me. I just want to make sure that I don't do the presentation for myself here today. So give me a quick hello or hi in the comments, and then I can see if you can hear me and see me, because we are going live in a couple of groups as well as on YouTube. Yes to both. Wonderful. Thank you. All right, so that works in that case. Then let's just get started. So I have prepared today a mini masterclass basically about lead magnets and everything about how to go about those lead magnets. And I think they're a little bit of a double-edged sword because we do receive a ton of emails, and we have seen those lead magnets, which are basically opt-ins, and I will also show you a few examples. But for me, after being in business for so many years, the email list, which lead magnets are part of it, is still one of the most profitable ways of creating sales. And the reason behind it is, yes, you can have a social media account, and yes, you can be having a show somewhere and selling your work. And I think all of this needs to happen anyway. It is really absolutely necessary to somehow collect emails. Let's say you sell, for example, something on Etsy. If someone looks at your products or your services on Etsy, there's no way for them to really, until they purchase, until you know who looked at your products, or there's no way of leaving an email address there. Now, if you have your website, you have a million ways on how to collect email addresses. And if you create some valuable content, even more so, it will be for your audience really, really nice to have those type of information if they need them. Now, we also have on the market a lot of unusable information, and it's just like a storm of things coming at you, and you're really not interested in it. And that is another issue what we see often. Then other people sell email addresses, and suddenly you get an email from someone you've never signed up with. So there's a lot of stuff happening with email addresses, and that's why I completely understand if someone is hesitant in getting into emails and collecting emails and asking for a name and an email address. But to be honest, it's nothing. This one is digital marketing, and it's not so different than going to a networking event and exchanging business cards. There's nothing different really about it, because you want to understand who your market is, you want to understand what your market needs, and you want to understand how you can serve them better. And that can only happen through communication. Now, if you don't have anyone on your email list, if you don't have a social media account, if you don't have anybody walking by your stand, or you don't even attend any kind of networking events, it's going to be really, really difficult to grow a business or create a business. And for that reason alone, and email marketing is only one little section of doing marketing in general, email marketing is one of your best ways of being in control of your potential customers. I started the business. I had several businesses, but I had no email list for the longest time. And in my presentation, you will see also what it did once I started. So basically, I started out with not collecting emails because I thought, I'm just one of these people. I don't like it if I get harassed with emails. I don't like it if I get too many emails from a person. Sometimes you get up to 4 or 5 emails per day from certain people. And that's also when I unsubscribe. But there are times, like when you're at an art show, for example, where you have, and that's what I started for sure. I had like a little list where people could sign up to my newsletter. And that is another version of basically email marketing. So you put their email onto your newsletter and then you send them some updates of your products or regular information. So now today it's lead magnet specific. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I've got quite a little bit to cover here, but I'm trying to keep it not too long and hopefully under 40 minutes. So let's see. I'm going to start sharing my screen and let me know if you have questions. I will come back to the questions actually right away afterwards. All right, so I'm just going to go in, share, do this one here so you can see me and have still most of the screen. And then I'm going to just go over to my presenter mode and I'm going to go a little bit in and out of presenter mode. So let me put my phone on silent because that's tragic if it is just keeps on beeping here. Okay, so today's live lead magnets, the why and the how. Why your aromatherapy business needs a lead magnet and how to create your first one. So if you remember, in case you haven't seen, on Friday, I put out 30 lead magnet ideas for your aromatherapy business. And then I thought, you know what? I think it would be really helpful for you to actually see why we need a lead magnet, how we can present it to our audience, and how I actually go about creating one. I'm just going to have a few steps there. So that's why I put actually this little masterclass together for you this week, so you can see what I do in my business, and then you can see if you like to just adapt it. So it's basically simply sharing what I do. Okay, so growing your email list should be a daily task. And the reason is, if you do not ask for emails, your email list will not grow. You don't have anybody to sell to. And also, if you're on Facebook, for example, just this one is your social media platform, you're on Facebook and you're constantly talking to some people, but there is no way for you to control or have control over your people because Facebook has control. And in this case, and that's all fine because, it's a great platform to communicate, to meet people, to network with people, but you're really not putting anything into your business in terms of leads. And if you don't grow your email list or your lead possibilities, then you will not be able to really sell to anyone. And that is just the nature of business. If there are no people to sell to, there is no business. And that's why everything you do on Facebook is great, but you always will have or should have a prompt to somehow lead them back to an opt-in, to your lead magnets, to your newsletter, to your blog post, anything else that gets them away from the social media platforms and where you can actually gain control over your possible leads and nurture them. So that's why I think it should be a daily task to actually grow your email list. And I'm sure that there are many people who started the business and they're still pretty much at 0 or 10 people, even by having been in business for a year or 2 years. And that should not be. So, what is a lead magnet? And is it as evil as people describe it, or is it even necessary, or can it be actually fun? Well, I think it can be fun. So, lead magnet is a marketing term for a free item or service that is given away for the purpose of gathering contact details. Now, that sounds a little bit like a harassing moment, like somebody takes your details and puts them into their pocket to do whatever they want to do with it, which is not the case mostly because there are terms and conditions, and there's also the possibility, or should be, that you can unsubscribe from their email list, and nobody should ever put you on their email list without opting in. And that should be the same for you users or for your potential leads. You should never have somebody on your email list that did not opt in in some way, shape, or form. And they're a little opt-in, and you will see that they officially have to opt in order to be on your email list. And with a lead magnet, you give something in return. It's not that you just ask for their email address and you don't give anything back. It's quite the opposite. If you have a good lead magnet, then you actually will deliver some kind of nurturing information to them. And in that exchange, because it takes time to create lead magnets, I mean, you can sit down and create a lead magnet between 5 to 10 hours, but then you can reuse it over and over again. So creating a lead magnet is not something done really fast. It is something done where you want to put some effort behind it. But basically, you shout something out here, somebody comes to your landing page, and then they give you their name and email address, and in return, you deliver the lead magnet. And in my opinion, if it's something good, it's not too much asked for if they want the information. It's not that we are out here working for free all the time. We can deliver information in some way, shape, or form that is absolutely helpful and necessary, but that doesn't mean we always have to give everything away for free, or at least with an email address so we can potentially nurture them further. That's just called business. So here's the little consent button. I consent to receive emails about your products and special offers. I'm aware that I can opt out at any time. That little sentence and this little checkbox, with good email systems out there, it will actually show up that this person is not subscribed to your email list, or is subscribed to your email list. And you should not send emails if they didn't click this little checkmark box. If they like your services, if they get to know you better, they most likely will click this one, but that means you want to deliver really good information to them. Okay, so a lead magnet is only actually one form of a marketing channel. It's there's an entire ecosystem on how to market your products or your product or your service or your offer or whatever you want to call it. But really, the lead magnet is only one thing. It's part of an entire ecosystem. And I often say that it actually takes 80% in business, 80% of nurturing, marketing, sales, and 20% of production, meaning creating products, creating content for your people. If you have a course, then you probably want to do that. But 80% should go into marketing. And that sounds like a lot, and it is like a lot. But if you start creating a system or a roadmap on how you market your products, then it will be by far easier to do so. And you can choose different channels as well. So choosing your channels, the social media platforms, for example, is important. But I think email marketing or lead magnets or opt-ins is a must. It's like 100% a must, while everything else is optional, but creating an email list is a must. All right. So lead magnets can come in different forms. They can be freebies, like check out the list. Basically, I sent to you on Friday. I will put a link in a moment. They can be a trial subscription. Like that's what we have, for example, with Blend Precisely. It's 14 days for free. People can try out Blend Precisely if they like it or not. And then they can cancel the service. You can send them samples. That's another way of a type of lead magnets. So you can send them a small sample of your products, and in return, you ask for their email address. It can be in form of an email newsletter, but it can also be something like a small workshop or a consultation, like a 15-minute consultation. A lot of coaches do this. A lot of life coaches do this. They say, book a call with me, 15 minutes, like a small discovery call, and then you can have a free consultation. But in return, you have to obviously sign up, and they will get your email address. So marketers and business owners use lead magnets to create sales. That's just a very simple way of doing business. We need leads in order to create sales. So if you have a store and the store is constantly empty, you have no leads to potentially sell to. If you have a store and it's in a really good area in New York City, downtown, somewhere, you know you're going to have foot traffic most of the time, except when COVID hits. But most of the time, you will have foot traffic. People will come in and then you start selling. So that is the offline version of sales. It's basically foot traffic networking, meeting people. In the online world, in the digital world, where we mostly are now, and everybody needs to have a leg in the digital world. And if you do something else, you can also do the markets or both, of course. But you do need to have a way of getting leads into the door. So that's pretty much that part. So, what does a lead magnet really do for your business? And we're going to start here on top. So, first of all, you want to create something helpful for your audience. That means you need to know your audience. That means you need to know who your niche is. That means you need to be really aware what your audience needs. Then you start, and that doesn't happen overnight, it's a process. And then you start distributing your lead magnet. So you create your lead magnet, you distribute it, and we will see the distribution channels in a moment. Then somebody comes and opts in with their name and email. And then you have a new user that just signed up. This user is going to be added to your email list. From here on, you're going to send them the lead magnet they just signed up for. Maybe it's a download, maybe it's a workshop, maybe it's a mini course, maybe it is a product sample, whatever it is, you're going to send them what they just signed up for. Don't forget to do that, because otherwise, I think your potential customers can get very furious. So the new lead then opens up their helpful lead magnet. So whatever you send them, it's going to give them value. And the perceived value is hopefully greater than they were hoping for. Then you add them to a nurturing email sequence. And that means you, first of all, send them an email and say, welcome. And that is so beautiful that you maybe signed up. And everything should be as authentic as you can be. Don't put any kind of words in you don't mean. And that's truly, in today's business, is very natural, very authentic, organic, whatever, who you are, you should put into your emails. So you start explaining them what you do in your business. And at all times, remember, they have the option to opt out. So nobody needs to stay. And that's totally okay. If they opt out, you do not want the people on your email list that do not appreciate what you have to offer. That would be just filling up your email list, and it gives you skewed results in terms of opt-ins. So you inform the leads then at a later point about new products, or maybe now the Christmas season is coming up. Maybe you have a great gift package to suggest to them for their friends. And then you can send them basically the new product suggestions. And then they hopefully become somewhat, at some time, a new customer. And that new customer is actually going to be a lifetime customer if you do it right, if the product is good, if you give them attention and do good customer service. So there is a long way of creating a business that is sustainable. And you always want to remember from my courses, what I mentioned is you do want to start with your email list as soon as possible. Don't wait until you're done with your certifications. Don't wait until you think you're ready for the business. It's going to be absolutely taking a long time to have enough people on your email list so you can actually make sales. Let me just quickly see if there are maybe any questions. No questions yet. Okay, so let me go over here. So that's really important. And then present. Let me make it big again. And then we go over to the next step. So what makes a lead magnet really a good lead magnet? And that's pretty simple. You want to be authentic and original in your content you deliver. So it needs to somehow fulfill a need or the gap your user is experiencing. So let's say somebody starts out using essential oils. They have no clue, most likely, what essential oils to use or what the safety is of the essential oils. Now, you might think it's like, oh, wow, it's been out there for a million times. And maybe it has been explained in many ways, the safety of essential oils, but it has never been explained in your way, and it's never been delivered in the way you would deliver it. So once you know your customer, you have a much easier time to fill the gap they might need, or the information they might need. So that's what you want to look out for: authentic and original in your content. Be authentic and be original. Don't just copy paste. Don't just assume. Ask them what they want. Ask them what they need, and they might even tell you in different ways. Comments. They might call you up with questions. Every single question you get, you should write down. The next step is make sure it fits your niche. It must be relevant to your audience. So if your audience is actually people with anxiety, you do not want to promote a mother's or a becoming mother's um, belly rub. That just doesn't fit. So you cannot create something where your niche is expecting one thing and you're delivering them something completely different. So make sure you really know your niche and the content you create also fits your niche. And then create something that is helpful to your audience, because somebody is going to give their email address to you. And you should always ask yourself the question: is it good enough? Is your content helpful enough, good enough, that I would or you would give your own email address to the content? So if you get something where there's like one sentence in a PDF document, I'm pretty sure that this is not enough for the person who just signed up, and they will never come back. So make sure what you deliver is super helpful to your audience. And that creates actually a good lead magnet. So how would you go about promoting a lead magnet? Well, first of all, you want to decide how you're going to deliver the lead magnet to your audience. Are you going to deliver it through email? Do you have an email provider? Can you upload your document so they can download it somewhere? Do you have a coupon code you might want to send out to your emails? Will you deliver it in a 3-part series of videos? So decide on how you want to deliver your content and then see what the best distribution is. Maybe it's a private Facebook group. Maybe it is through DM or on Instagram. Somebody messages you and you send them a lead magnet back. So there are different ways on how to distribute your lead magnets or deliver them actually. And then you have all the different distribution channels. You can have a pop-up, you can have landing pages, you can send them to your email list, you can post them to your Facebook group or to your Facebook page. You can highlight them in your reels, Instagram reels, on stories, on posts, and Pinterest. You can also create amazing Pinterest designs and just post it to Pinterest. Pinterest is a great platform for also selling your stuff, but also for freebies. In your blog posts, you can write about the article or write about your lead magnet, and then you go and have them go to a landing page. You can mention it during your lives, and you will see what I'm going to mention at the end and how I will deliver it. And then also through partnerships, you can also partner with others. You can have it come up in a podcast of someone else. I know that, for example, Melissa is doing all these beautiful aromatic shed podcasts. Maybe there's a possibility for you to get onto her podcast and actually have at the end something you can deliver to your audience, which is super helpful. And then there's, of course, paid advertisement. That's always a possibility too. It's nothing what I do too much. I'm just thinking every now and then it's maybe nice to have like a little bit of traffic coming your way. Most of my lead magnets were all organic. I cannot actually think of if I promoted one, but you will see the numbers as well. So, but there is the possibility, if you have some advertisement dollars on the side, to promote it as well through paid advertisement. Let me know if you have any questions. I just want to make sure that we grab them as we go. And if not, then we're just going to continue right now. Let me share my screen. That's it. Okay. All right. So the next part is, why would I create even and distribute a lead magnet? Because it's very simple. It increases your email list dramatically. So if I wouldn't have done any lead magnets, I would be most likely still pretty much at zero. And I will go through a few lead magnets in a moment, but or write-ups or anything. So here you can see the traffic which came throughout the last 2 years. I received more or less around 1900 opt-ins through organic traffic, and that is only one channel I'm doing for our business. But you can see that there are spikes. So every time I got active in some way, shape, or form, I created a new lead magnet and I posted it to social media. I worked on my SEO and blog writings, and then opt-ins happened through here. There was a write-up at Aromahead and Naha that spiked it to 320 new opt-ins. So that is the collaboration, what I actually mentioned here, partnership with someone or collaboration. That can increase your opt-ins dramatically, but also nurturing and delivering content. So pretty much within this time period, I can calculate around 100 new opt-ins per month. And that is through organic traffic. I did not do any, I'm thinking, no, I did not do any paid traffic here. So this one was just an example. I wanted to get more of a close-up look what it does. So this one is the 30 lead magnet ideas for your aromatherapy business. I posted this one last week on Friday into our groups, Blend Precisely and Aromatherapist in Business. And I received 41 signups for this one, or downloads basically. But you can see this one was Friday, September 15th. It spiked on a Saturday, which was unexpected for me because normally Saturdays and Sundays are quiet. And then I stopped talking about it. And as soon as you stop engaging and talking about anything, really, not just lead magnets, but anything, it also decreases the traffic. So I think this one was yesterday. I mentioned it quickly again, and then this one is today. So there are no more. So this is really just a 6-day period. And I wanted to just give you an example of a lead magnet I just put out on Friday and the signups which came through the lead magnet. What am I going to do with the signups right now? Well, I'm going to start nurturing them. I'm going to start informing them about Blend Precisely, Blend Precisely Academy, business tips, anything like this, because that is really my audience and my area. That's aromatherapists doing business, herbalists doing business, and skincare formulators doing business. So I want to deliver content that is actually tailored to this audience. And yours might look different, and that's inside the 30 lead magnet ideas for your aromatherapy business. You might just have a different idea on how to do this. Oops, let me just go over here, because what I wanted to do, let me just stop sharing for a moment. I'm going to send you the lead magnet link one more time, which is this one. So this one here is where you can get the lead magnets. And I'm gonna also, let me just grab it for you quickly. Where did I have it? Nope. It's not here. So, okay. So anyway, yeah, if you want to grab this lead magnet, it's also part of the description, and it's been in the group posted a few times. So simply go to academyblendprecisely.io and then 30 lead magnet ideas for your aromatherapy business. It's a bit complicated. I should have shortened that. Anyway, so let me just go back to a little bit more information over here. Share the screen. Here we go. And let me get back into this one over here, presenter mode and present. So basically that's where it helps you to build your email list. So you can build your email list organically, but you got to be active. And you can also just remember one more time, if you don't have anywhere for people to opt in, you will lose out on potential sales. And we cannot afford this in a market like this where it is highly competitive, and you do want to be in charge of what you write and what your potential clients can consume. That's very much the basics of it. So this lead magnet here, download your free therapeutic properties glossary PDF, is created 1,000 new leads for me. So this one is on my blendprecisely.io website, and you can actually see it there as well. It's there currently. And let me go over. Is it here? No, it's here. So this is the one. Download your free therapeutic properties. So what this one is basically a pop-up. And this pop-up is an opt-in you can add to any website, and then they can download something. So this one here leads then to simply first name, last name, email, and then they can download their free cheat sheet. This one created 1,000 free leads. And they simply, when they come here to blendprecisely.io, this one will pop up after a few seconds, and then they can actually create or add their email address. They don't have to do it, but if they do it, of course, that's a good thing. Okay, so I just wanted to share this one with you. And the next one is how I actually create my lead magnets. And I'm going to show you a few lead magnet examples as well on different websites I have prepared. So first of all, I decide on the topic for my audience, which is probably very different from your audience. I just simply pull out a Google sheet and write down all my ideas, all my findings, all my research. Everything goes into one Google sheet. And then I decide on the format on how I'm going to deliver it. Is it going to be like a presentation like this? Is it going to be a PDF, a checklist, anything like this? And then I actually create this lead magnet in Canva. If it is a PDF, I use Searchy if it is a video, and I use then my Kajabi account for landing pages, because I have courses, memberships, I have Kajabi. You probably can also just simply use MailChimp, any other kind of service. There are so many services out there for email providers. But you would then create a landing page or an opt-in in some way, shape, or form with first name, last name, and email address. And then you can add your lead magnet to the platform, or you want to deliver that lead magnet maybe in an email or an email sequence. And then last, you just continue to distribute it, or you start distributing it through the channels I mentioned here. And there might be many more, but this is a good start. And that's all you need in order to promote a lead magnet. So here we go. I'm going to show you something. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of different lead magnets right now, and let me know if you cannot see them. I hope you can see them. So first of all, Leah Jacobson, we all know her. She has enrolled in our free course. So if somebody enrolls in her free course, you click on it, first name and email, send me free access instructions. And then this person gets added to her email list. It's really great. I mean, a course is amazing to have. That's nothing what you need to start out with. A free course or start learning about essential oils. This one is quite heavy already on content material. It's just one version. And then we know the next one here, aromatics.com. They give you a 20% off coupon. And here it actually says get 25% when you sign up for text. So they did a double one. They say 20% off your first order, and want more, get 25% off when you sign up for text. So you type in your email address here, and then you click continue, and then you can type in your phone number, and then you get 25% off. So this is their way of building an email list. If you go over to Aromahat Institute, there is an inbox and you simply put your name and email here and you will be able to join their weekly newsletters. And then you get also tested recipe, news, insights, and everything delivered straight to your inbox. That's another opt-in. This lady here, lovingessentialoils.com, she's got enough advertisement going here. That means that she is most likely quite active. And she has a ton of lead magnets here. So if you click on any of these lead magnets, it goes straight to name and email. I confirm that I want to receive emails. And that's what happens here. And then if you go to any other one, Planned Family, that's another lead magnet. So she has basically broken apart everything about essential oils and just put them into separate lead magnets. Blends, essential oil spray recipes, that's like a checklist, I guess. Some very simple lead magnets. The next one is Plant Therapy. Again, they have a pop-up, $10 off your first purchase. Your email address, they make it as simple as possible, just your email address, and then you get an email with the coupon. What else do we have? Lisa, she's also well known, really sweet. She has a newsletter you can sign up to. And that's over here. Subscribe to Lisa's newsletter. Yay, thank you for wanting to stay in touch. Da 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 da. And there you go. The next one is American College of Healthcare Science. Free ebook, Top 10 Culinary Essential Oils. That's another one. First name, last name, cell phone number, not a must, and email address. And then you put in your area of interest, da 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 da, and get my ebook. So they have quite a bit of information one would need to fill out. That's not very common. This one is a very complicated opt-in. I'm actually wondering if they have a lot of opt-ins. Maybe they do, maybe not, because people don't want to fill out too much when they opt in. You can ask them questions at a later point. And then this one is the 30 lead magnet ideas we just talked about. And I'm going to put them straight into the comment section here, so you have them one more time. That is the ideas you can have that I posted. Those ones are the ones I posted, and you can simply download them here. Then here is, well, it's not popping up anymore. This one was the free cheat sheet I showed you earlier. And here I created it in Canva. And that's basically what you would get, 30 ideas with any kind of files. So this is basically what you would get out of lead magnets. So let me just see. So there's one more thing, and let me know actually if you have any questions, because it's pretty straightforward. So what it is basically is you deliver something valuable in exchange for an email address, and then you start nurturing your clients, and at one point you start selling. And that is just a normal circle of sales. And that's it. So what I'm going to do now, stop sharing my screen. So what I'm going to do now is basically, I'm going to share with you, if you haven't been on the 1 o'clock call, we have something new we created, and that is our business membership. And our business membership is basically a $9 membership per month, where you can come in and you can also cancel at any time. It's $9 a month, and it will get you through an entire business setup of the most important things you need to do or need to know about when you start a business. It's 6 steps. And then after that, you can enjoy everything else what gets posted into the membership. So there will be templates for you to use. There will be swipe copies. There will be new materials, updates on anything related to Facebook, and you know how it is. There's constantly a change in everything in algorithm. We will have monthly group calls and so on. So this one is our brand new membership, and I'm going to post this link as well for you over here so you can see that one and sign up and try it. Our very first, I didn't share my screen, did I? Share one more time. Our very first meeting is going to be on October 3rd. So this membership is opening up on October 1st. You will have access to these 6 areas here: your mindset, perfect product idea, perfect audience, your one compelling product summary, one lean business roadmap for your business, and one great marketing method. And all of this is for $9 a month. And the big part of it is actually our community and being together with like-minded people, and also our group calls. So it's going to kick off on October 1st. It's a Saturday. And on Monday, October 3rd, we're going to meet first for our Zoom call. So that's basically the inside of the membership. You will get access to all of these different chapters. It's a bit built like a book because, you know, I love books, and there's always a prologue, and then there's the chapters, and then there's also the final steps. And as mentioned here, October 1st opening up, October 3rd, our first Zoom call. The group is already open, and we can already join the group and get started in our conversations. So that's basically what I wanted to get to you. You can also simply go to aromatherapist.club and then get this setup of your new Blend Precisely membership. And it's called your simple one product roadmap. And it is really all it is. We want to go through an entire cycle of building the perfect product with marketing and everything else. And then you can use the concept to rinse and repeat for other products. And I think that's very important to have something simple in this jungle of crazy information out there on the internet. So this is my big thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, I will be looking through those ones. I hope it got actually posted to the group as well at Blend Precisely. If not, I'm going to make sure you get it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Put them into the comment section. I will answer them. If you need anything else, any more details or information, I'm always here in the Aromatherapist and Business group, and I'm also always in the Blend Precisely group. So every day I will show up and I can answer your questions there. So we are a little bit over 40 minutes, and I'm going to let you go now because it's going into dinner time for some of us, and others, they're sleeping. So I will talk to you really, really soon. I hope this was helpful to see. Okay, bye.